Okay, y'all, kind of halfway got this place straightened up a little bit better than it was. I'm gonna get over here and show y'all a little bit about this 55, what I've done to it to get to where I'm at now, to get to this point. Done a lot of work to it, and the body's pretty fair shape, pretty solid. I had to do the whole floor and all that stuff, but you know, the rest of the body is pretty solid. There's some body work's got to be done on it, but I think it'll make a nice old car. Anyway, I'll show y'all the door here. A 2-door and a 4-door 55 Chevrolet. The roof line is the same on both. They're the same length. Of course, the hard tops and, you know, the 4-door hard tops, you know, they're different. The top is different on them, but the post cars, the top is the same length, windshield, back glass. The difference is on a 4-door, and I wrote it down here. This is my scratch pad whenever I was making these doors. I had a red and white 55 Chevrolet post, and that's where I got my measurements. 2-door post, Bel Air, and that's where I got my measurements for the door. But a 4-door, the top part up here on the front door is 29 1/8 inch from the front to the back here on the post. The 2-door is 35 5/16 from the front post to the back post. That's roughly about 6 inches, maybe a little more. And then the body part down here, the bottom part of the door in the center, from front to back on the 4-door is 39 5/8. Okay, the 2-door from front to back is 46 3/8. So you're looking at roughly around 6 inches. Is that the difference in the length of the 2-door to the 4-door? And what I did was I had a 56 Chevrolet, and I'll try to get a picture of it out there, but anyway, it was a 56 Chevrolet 2-door post. I bought it from a friend of mine. I bought a 55 4-door and the 56 2-door from him for parts cars, and I was able to take the back half of the door and use it. On a 4-door, the front door comes down and it joggles out square right here and then comes down. There's a little square portion that sticks out and then comes straight down. Well, the 2-door, you can see that it's rounded. It's got that little rounded edge on it. Well, I wanted that look. I wanted it to look, you know, just like a 2-door. I didn't want the little square piece sticking out. Of course, there's a lot of people that do that, and you know, people that don't know, they don't even notice it, you know. But I had a chance to get that 2-door post, and I got it, and it was a real rough car. And you can see what I used on the door. I used I cut it right here where the vent window ends. I cut it there. I used this part off of the 2-door, and I cut it right here, and used the jam. But you can see where I had to put patches in here where it was messed up, rusted. The bottom corner down here, it was rusted real bad. The whole bottom, I had to replace it and fix it. But I actually, on the other side, on the driver's side, I made this corner piece here, And if you look at the, I think it's one of the, maybe the third video I posted, it shows this piece that I made it, and I'm holding it up for the other side. This one, I actually cut this off of one of the 4-door doors, and I'm not sure if it was the front or the back, but I cut it off. I had to modify it a little bit, but it worked out just fine. It's got the same radius right here and everything. And then I think this piece here I cut off the 4-door and added it in here. But it was real rough, and but I was able to get the jamb out of it, and then I was able to get the quarter portion out of it. The jamb was pretty good all the way down. It's not bad. And one of the first things I done was took the doors off the 4-door and then cut the post out. And the posts were right along in here up to this point. I cut them out. I've already patched this down here. I patched the outside of this rocker. I made pieces and fixed it all the way back. And I've still got to put a piece in up here to cover that up. But you can see that I did the driver's door. Got it stretched out. Did a ton of work in here on the floor pans, and I don't know if you can see it or not. I probably should have had some light in here, but I'll get a better shot of that in a minute. For this quarter piece here, you would think that on these cars that most of the body lines are the same. Well, they're not. They're just you can see right here, this is off the 56, this is 55 4-door. I cut this little post out back here where that little window was at. And of course, you know, you can make this work. You just have to, you know, split it, weld it back together, and, you know, just blend it all in and make it work. But the way I cut this right here along the back edge is I took a piece of poster paper, put it on here, taped it down, and marked it, the edge of the door jamb, and taped it down real good. Then folded it back, cut it out, put the quarter patch up here, and then folded this back on top of the quarter patch. You know, I had my jamb right, had it located where it needs to be, and then I took the scissors and cut this out, and folded it back over this and marked it, and that's how I cut that. And it did a pretty good job, but I got a little bit of fine tuning to do, a little bit of grinding to do right in the center part here to make it fit flush up against that jamb. And of course, you can see this right here is rusted out down here at the bottom. I'll probably put a piece in here, you know, right along there, maybe that much of it, to cover that rust. But anyway, that's the difference in the door sides on the 55 and 4-door and 2-door. This car, it's got a little rust right here that I'll be able to fix pretty easy. I've got a body out there that's got a good, that piece is good on it, so I'll cut it out and use it there. And then the trunk, yep, need light in here too. The trunk is pretty good shape. Get it up here, push it up here so that we can see in it. There we go. It's got a little bit of rust along in here that I might have to patch, but for the most part, still got the red primer, oxide primer on it there, and the original paint. And I think it's got a little rust over here I might have to patch. But all this back in here is good and solid. That's where they usually rust out. Matter of fact, the red and white 55 I had was rusted out back there. But anyway, you can see this floor in here a little bit better now. Got a little more light. But I made the kick panel there and had to put it in. I'll show you from up underneath. Where I bought the car, the guys that had it, they had taken the car apart. They bought it in Moultrie. They took it apart. They bought these floor pans, just the skins, the two sides, two halves. And I, against my better judgment, I went ahead and used them. I had to order all new cross braces and put all that stuff on, and man, it was a job. It was a job. You come out a lot better off to go ahead and buy the complete floor pan with all the braces already welded on it, with your inner rockers already welded to the floor pan. Matter of fact, I'd say if you sat down and did the math, it's probably cheaper to order it that way, not to count all the labor. I bet I put this floor in and out, that back window right there, sliding it in and out, trying to get it to fit right, trying to get all my holes, all my braces, everything marked. Yeah, took a long time to do all that stuff. And then your seat mounts, you got to take those braces off your old floor pan, clean them up, weld them on there. But anyway, I'm gonna take this thing and put it up on the lift. Then I'll show you all up underneath the bottom of it and let y'all see what it looks like under there. What kind of... All right, finally got on the lift. Moving around on jacks, man. A lot of work. All right, I guess I'll start at the back here. The floor pans came with this section here, and they joined right up along in there. It's where the floor pan joins with the trunk pan. This is good in here. I didn't want to replace that. Didn't want to cut all that out. It's good solid metal. So I just cut it right here and spliced it right there. Overlapped it on the inside and welded it up. It's pretty smooth. If I want to, yeah, I can body work it. Yeah, if I just want to hide that seam, that's right there in that bend. It won't be hard to hide. It's not, but just, you know, the thickness of the metal is all I'd have to clean up. But anyway, this is the two-piece floor pan. Had to weld a seam down the middle of it, all the way down. I welded it on the inside and the outside. But as you can see, I got the new front braces here. These short braces, I ordered them brand new. This brace here, ordered it brand new. And then the one back here at the back, I ordered it. And I also put new inner rockers all the way down. Of course, the rocker on the 4-door is different, you know, because you got a door opening in the back. The 2-door, the outer rocker is closed, you know, where the door opening is, but then it's open from the bottom here all the way up to the glass, the window, back glass. But you know, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to cut some slots in here like they've got. I made all this here, but I'll cut some slots in it for drains like they had in the originals. I still got to do that, you know, for any water or moisture getting up in there. But I've got, the guy had bought a whole new bushing kit, rubber bushing kit, body mount kit for it. Got that whenever I got the car. I put all those in here, all the way back. This up here, I'm showing you on the inside. I made this piece and put in here. It was rusted out. I had to do this side, had to do a couple of pieces in here. This piece here, I don't know why, but this flange that come off of the firewall, it was all hacked up. It was cut and bent and all messed up. I had to add a piece in here somewhere to fix it. And then I bent it all back down and, you know, welded it back together so I could marry it up to the floor pans there. But you can see my spot welds. And you can see where I marked it, X there, because this don't come all the way down to the floor. I didn't want to drill the hole right here and then just have an open hole. So I had to be careful about all that. You know, I marked it on both sides, and you know, then I had to take it back out, drill all my holes, clean them up, deburr them, put it all back in, line everything up, and then you know, weld them up. And I've got it pulled up to the floor good and tight all the way around. Yeah, looks pretty good, looks good. But anyway, that's the underside of this deal. I've got a lot invested in it, you know, as far as time, and I think it'll make a nice little car. Anyway, I'm gonna try anyway. I was noticing back here on the back, yeah, you got a little rust right here in the corner there. Might have to straighten that out after I pull the body off the frame. Then I can get to this, cut it out, and replace that little corner in there. But for the most part, it's a pretty good car. Pretty good car. Yep. And the wheel openings, or the wheelhouse in here, it's made a little different because it was a 4-door. That's another difference. But anyway, I just thought I'd do a little short video and show y'all what I've done to it so far. And I did a little slideshow video, pictures. You can go back, it's one of the first videos I did. It's a little slideshow of this car, showing it, you know, from a 4-door and right on up to now. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy this, and I hope it'll help somebody out. If anybody's got any questions or anything about it, feel free to comment, leave me a question. I'd be glad to come back and tell you what I've done in a particular area, or how I did it, or, you know, maybe I can help you out with your project. But anyway, I'm going to get off here and go in. I'm tired. Been moving all this junk around all day. And anyway, leave me a comment, like, hit the little subscribe button in the corner, and we'll see y'all next time.